got administrators, we have got body members, we have got well-wishers. We hope that anytime our directors will also be joining us. That is the forum that we're going to be speaking to. We are eager to receive you and to hear from you. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Good morning to you. Thank you very much for the kind and warm introduction. I am delighted to be here. And I hope what I will share today will be beneficial and also and maybe intriguing to whoever is interested in the field of AI. Thank you for the warm welcome once again. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Can you see my screen? Loading. Okay. Can you see my screen? I hope everyone can see my screen and can hear me clearly.
Yeah, we can see your screen and we can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you very much. So I was invited this morning to talk about the use and abuse of artificial intelligence. As we all know, right now, artificial intelligence seems to be a hot topic. Everyone wants to understand what is it, how does it work, how can I join, how can I promote it? So it is a hot topic and everyone is interested. However, as much as it is a hot topic, there are benefits and there's also the other side effect, the abuse of artificial intelligence. And today we shall be honored to look at both of them and see where we stand in this new field of artificial intelligence. So someone may be asking, what is artificial intelligence? So I'm going to talk about it in the simplest forms possible. Artificial intelligence is the ability of computers and machines to mimic human intelligence, like learning, reasoning, and problem solving. That's how briefly I can break it down. So in AI has been used in very many different forms in Uganda and across the globe. For example, we have what we call the digital assistants. These are voice-activated helpers like Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant. Like if your phone is an Apple phone, you most likely have interacted with Siri. You tell this assistant, Siri, please call someone, and they can do it. Siri, please play me this music. Siri can do it. So that is AI and their digital assistants. And then we have the chat boxes. Now, these are automated text or voice agents used in customer service. For example, remember the times when we used to call MTN to help us fix a problem, and you'd find that there's a queue. Many people want to ask help from MTN, but now there's something that we call the chat box. When you go to their website, MTN Mobile Money has a chat box. You can type in and say, my number has been blocked. I've tried to send someone money and it's not going, or something, whatever query you have. And these services are 24/7. So anytime you go on their website, you can just go and visit that MTN chat box and you can get assistance. So that's still also under AI. Then you have machine learning systems, systems that can help, that learn from data. Remember, we said that artificial intelligence, they mimic human intelligence like learning. So they learn from data and make predictions. And this can be used like in agriculture or even in the health sector. So for now, these are the only forms of AI that I use today that I'll talk about. So you may wonder, but why is this an issue? Why should we talk about it? Why is it? So we have a report here that says from researchers from PricewaterhouseCoopers that say that seizing under a research that was named seizing the prize, artificial intelligence and the global economy. So this report says that AI will increase the global GDP by 14% by 2030. And as a result of AI, the equivalent of an additional 15.7 trillion will be added on globally. So when you hear these amounts, so you find that it's crucial to understand how can I use or misuse this thing that has been said to bring so much cash flow or to impact the global GDP. So we also find that we should understand what the importance or the abuse of AI because of social influence. A survey was carried out and it found out that AI influences what people buy, what they consume, and what choices they make. So this is a deep in topic. So it catches our attention. How can we understand it? So let's begin with the benefits of AI. We've heard about AI and we've just seen previously that it's going to increase to the global GDP by 14%. How is it going to happen? So we have we are going to see we're going to see how it influences business. So for example, we say that it improves customer service. One of the benefits, like we said the previous slide, that we used to previously make queues and ask. We used to call a number, was it 123? I don't remember very well. We used to call MTN and ask for assistance. But now, because we have these chat boxes, there is improved customer service. I don't have to call that chat box, and I can get a response 24/7 without needing to talk to maybe a respondent on the other side. These Momo chat boxes can give me answers to my queries anytime that I need. So we can say that it helps forecast. For example, you can forecast maybe in the Christmas period. What do you think people, based on data, based on trends, based on data, on analytics, you can forecast and be like by December, I think trends have been moving like this, people have been buying this. So me as a businessman, I should stock this. So it's improving efficiency, it's improving giving you better decisions. So now we have AI-based weather predictions that help farmers determine when I can plant best, other than seasons and times have changed, other than just estimating. We have apps that farmers can use to better predict the weather. So all these, and then we have also new innovations. All these are benefits that AI has brought to the field. So for example, I'm glad that I'm talking to people in the education sector. So you find that we have AI in education, whereby a learner can be helped to understand better. For example, I don't know if you guys have interacted with a system called Duolingo that is powered by AI. Duolingo can help anyone learn a language at any time, and it's a free service. It's a free service, so learners from around the world can learn languages, can have interactive learning at any time in different places, and it is customized to their learning abilities. Then it also helps teachers get rid of repetitive tasks like grading. These systems can help them carry out these tasks, and so many other benefits. So sorry, before we go, like there was a study that showed that in percentage, the attitude towards AI in the education sector is, as you see in this graph, that people have that on the AI technologies have had a positive impact on the learning experience. And this survey was they examined both the teachers and the students. So it seems to benefit both the teachers and the students. So like I talked about, and say that AI is contributing to the global GDP. So it cuts across very many fields. So we can find that AI is also useful in agriculture. People can use it to do precision farming. So AI helps farmers to make data-driven decisions on planting, watering, fertilization, and we have these companies that have these AI-enabled tractors like a John Deere that can adjust. Like they tell us, maybe if you're planting a bean seeds, maybe go deep this side, go deep this centimeters. You're planting cassava, go deep this much. So we have all those things that AI-enabled tractors can do for you. We have pest and disease detection. We have those AI sensors that you don't need to wait for your crops to yellow and begin to fall off. They can sense the pest and diseases earlier on. Then we have those that predict soil and crop, that do soil and crop monitoring. They analyze the soil health. So as you can see, AI has gone deep within every field and is impactful as it is being used in those different fields. So here comes the topic, the abuse of artificial intelligence. So here I'm going to point out that AI abuse refers to the deliberate or reckless use of artificial intelligence systems in ways that cause harm, violate laws, or exploit people of society. So AI abuse implies intent or negligence that leads to serious negative consequences. So with this, someone decides that I am going to use my AI for harm. So there are very many AI abuse tactics that have been used that we've heard of, maybe even some of us have experienced, but today we shall look at these. So we have the AI-powered phishing. Phishing used to be there before, but now this one is AI-powered. We find that an attacker can send an email, maybe to an employee or someone within the company, and then this victim clicks maybe a link and leads them to a website similar to what they think they are working with, but this is a wrong website. So this victim will enter in the details, maybe to do with maybe bank passwords or even company passwords, those data crucial details. So the hacker now will use these ones to log into the original website and do harm. So here they say that phishing is the practice of tricking individuals into revealing sensitive information. So how this fact of the phishing existed before AI, but now AI has further powered the phishing. How has AI powered phishing? So you find that using AI, a hacker will generate emails or messages that mimic the style, the tone, the writing patterns of trusted individuals. So now it takes it to another level. Yeah. So AI can analyze, for example, AI can analyze social media, email history, and online behavior to craft customized attacks targeting specific individuals. So then the other thing that those days, a hacker would sit somewhere, for example, not to mention any other country, but maybe would sit maybe in India and send one and draft draft two, draft 10 a day. But now there's what AI powers automation. So AI can send thousands of phishing emails automatically without human intervention. So this broadens the attack. Thousands of people can be deceived by these emails or these attacks. So what is the impact? So this increases the speed and the scale of phishing campaigns. So like I've said, that there's what we call automation. It generates thousands of personalized phishing messages in just minutes. Then it can target multiple organizations or individuals simultaneously. So now it's far-reaching because of the aid of AI. Then it reduces human ability to detect fraud. Like we said, it mimics, it copies what this target or the victim has been used to. So emails can replace writing style, the logos, and formatting of trusted organizations. So it makes it harder for humans to detect that this is fraud. What is the result of all this? It leads to financial, reputational, and personal data losses. So companies may transfer funds to fraudulent accounts or pay ransom due to AI-generated phishing attacks. Remember, we say that these are deliberate. It's not by mistake. Someone sits down and decides to use AI harmfully. So there's what we call the deep fake scams. Now, how does this work? This one is an AI deep fake scam uses a fake video of a real person. Like those people in that are known by so many people, like the celebrities, then they create it by training on this person's voice or the videos. They can use your face, they can use your voice, they train data. So when it goes out, these people, for example, you can imagine that CEO has said do this and this, but then this is a scam. It's not that CEO, it's a deepfake scam. So why are these deepfake scams effective? Realism. High quality AI models can make content look real. You may think your CEO has asked you to do something which is not. And then there's psychological manipulation. People are likely to trust familiar faces if they see maybe the CEO or a religious leader is communicating something. They will tend to believe it, and yet it's a scam. Then there's speed and scalability. AI allows scammers, we talked about this also in the previous scam, to produce many variations quickly, targeting multiple victims and simultaneously. So difficult. There's also another thing why they're effective, that there's difficulty of detection. Ordinary users often cannot distinguish deepfakes from real content without technical tools. So a report was carried out, and it showed that about 5,000 deepfake videos and audio clips are shared on social media platforms in 2023, and projects up to 8 million and projects up to 8 million by 2025. So this shows that these scams are growing, and they are being effective in their deceitful ways or in their harmful ways. So the negative impacts of these scams. There's misinformation. If someone poses as your CEO and asks for you to send them money or send some account details, and you do, you've been misguided. Sorry, you've been misguided. So deepfakes can be used to spread false political speeches, fake endorsements, or fabricated events misleading the public. So there are fake videos of politicians making controversial statements during elections. So then there's also reputational damage. Public figures, companies, and ordinary people can suffer character assassination when false videos circulate. Victims often face long-lasting personal and professional harm even after the deepfake is debunked. Then here is another one. There's pornography and exploitation. Research showed that 96% of deepfake content is pornographic and disproportionately targeting women without their consent. Now they have cloned your face and they've put you in a position like this, and you have to, how do you begin telling people that was not me? That's a scam. So it leads to harassment. These people begin asking you for money. They blackmail you to put those videos down. And then serious psychological trauma. Now your name has gone out in a wrong way, and it's hard to tell people. Like we say, people cannot, a layman person cannot easily tell that this is a fake video or they've just cloned someone's voice. It's not her who has been doing this. So psychological trauma comes in. So as we wrap up quickly, there are very many ways that have been put in place to guard against some of these attacks. But key is to train the employees. People should be aware. People should be aware that as much as AI is bringing harm, it can be abused, and then it could affect you or your company. So train staff to recognize suspicious emails, links, and attachments. You train them like over and again and again, because these attacks keep on masquerading, they keep on changing, they keep on improving them. because they are powered by AI, like we talked about it previously. So there's multi-factor authentication, protects accounts like the emails with MFA. So stolen credentials alone cannot give access. Then there's advanced email and communication security. Deploy AI-driven. So AI has also come in to help mitigate what the abusers of AI are trying to do. So you deploy AI-driven email filters to detect phishing. Then verification protocols. Establish strict internal procedures for financial transactions and sensitive requests. For example, if a call comes in asking for, or an email comes in asking for a transaction or transfer of money, then maybe you could require a secondary confirmation via separate channels, like maybe phone call or in person. So you can just come in person and say, you know what, HR, please authorize the transaction of this amount to so and so. So that after a while, you don't check and find out that the CEO was actually not the one that was requesting for those funds. So that's all that I had for today. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you so much, Caroline. That is so powerful. We want to thank you so much. We still have a few minutes that maybe people will ask a few questions. We want to give chance people who may want to make any contribution or ask any question. You can put up your hand, and then Caroline will answer those questions. Is there anybody who has a question to ask? You can raise your hand up, unmute, and then you ask your question. But meanwhile, I'll request Mr. Kulvia, Geoffrey, board member, who will give us a vote of thanks to be preparing. I see Eric Tom. You can unmute and ask your question.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope I'm very clear.
Very clear.
Okay. Thank you very much, our facilitator for today. My question would be, because being into the education sector, we are training people to do some of these things, and probably for the future. How would you project the impact of what is being taught and the time that it takes to learn a skill, or probably to learn a profession which can easily be done by AI? Does education still matter in that line? Thank you very much.
Let me share my screen again. Thank you very much. Sir, let me share my screen. I think I mentioned something like that. I think most of this AI has come not to replace teachers, but to help aid their work. You've talked about the skills. I'm not sure if you're talking about the skilling in line with AI or just normal skilling. I missed that. I don't know. Could you maybe be specific? Is it the skills in line with AI or just skills, education skills? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Okay. Okay, what I was trying to refer to is a
Yes.
situation where you are going to school to learn a number of skills, probably in IT, skills
Yeah.
probably in any other field. But again, these very skills that you are taking a lot of time to learn can easily be manipulated and handled by AI, and probably you are wasting time.
Oh, okay, the human interaction. Like I said here in this first slide, I said AI isn't replacing teachers, it's empowering them and students to learn smarter, not harder. So there are things that AI cannot do. For example, when a teacher and a student are interacting, there is that empathetic how do I say empathetic? Like, for example, a student tells you, I tried to solve this math problem. I've been trying and I've been trying and I can't seem to get the answer right. There's that empathy that happens between humans that machines cannot give to you. So there the teachers are still important. AI is not replacing them. However, it's aiding, it's just empowering them to work better and work smarter and also deliver their tasks to their students quicker, more easily, but not replace and take on their jobs. There's still that human interaction that is needed that cannot be. For example, if you go to a doctor, maybe let me use another field. If you go to a doctor's office and then you tell them, maybe I have a stomach ache, it has been aching since last night, the doctor will examine you. He will look at you. How did it happen? Maybe even touch you. There's that empathy that happens within humans that cannot be replaced by AI. It just aids their work. I don't know if I've explained it further. I don't know if I've
Thank
been
you so much, Caroline. I also have some concern.
Yeah.
We are in the education sector, and the education sector deals with the research. Research. You have to write a research proposal. You have to write a research report. And with the AI, it is very possible for a student to go ahead and produce a very perfect research report when they have not carried out the research. Would this be hindering people's ability to get skills? Somebody finishes a course, but the AI has enabled them to achieve excellent results for things that they have not learned, they have not developed competences in. We have also got some reports that some countries that had gone far with the IT integration are now reversing and introducing now exercise books in classes. Yet, I think maybe they are seeing some problems with the now a lot of IT integration. Why are those countries now turning back to these other ways of writing notes in class, other than having everything IT integrated? That is my concern as well.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Like you said, I think we've all heard of ChatGPT that helps students. That it helps students cheat and to make these reports or researches that they haven't actually done. Like I said, there are two sides. There's the use and the abuse. The same ChatGPT that can help you cheat on a paper can still help you do research. It can still guide you. Read this book, read this paper. It has a vast amount of resources that it can point you to. The same ChatGPT that will help a student cheat is still the same ChatGPT that can help them understand these concepts better. So the choice still lands in the hands of a student to determine if they are to use it to their benefit or misuse it. There are still two sides of every coin. But they have also put some measures that can help detect AI generated reports. Like, of course, now that we've gone to plagiarism, something like that, I think you're pretending to have done something that you haven't done. So there are still measures. As AI keeps on evolving, there are still measures that are being put in place to mitigate some of these things that happen, that students are using the AI resources wrongfully or harmfully. Because if a student start down and use the same ChatGPT to do research, now this AI tool has benefited the student, and yet if the student still uses ChatGPT to cheat, now it has been of harm. So there are still two sides of this coin. So like I said, then you talked about the reverse. There is what we call personalized learning experiences. I think as a teacher, you know this part better than I, that every student learns differently. Students across the globe learn taking education in a different way. Like we talked about those people that are reversing, they could be now going to maybe they have studied. I'm not so sure about that. Maybe they have studied their students and found out that this now is better to change, to reverse to this. Like I said, AI has both benefits and it's also harmful. So they could avoid and found out in our scenario, this is better or this is better. Yeah. That's what I have to say about that.
Thank you so much. There was somebody else with the hand up, please. You can unmute and ask your question.
Good morning. Good morning, presenters. My name is Justin Benita Namudu. Miss Caroline, thank you so much for that presentation. I'm a graduate student of a university, and at the same time, I'm a librarian. And my little experience in AI, in fact, I stand to say that I am lucky to have appeared in this generation of AI. AI has eased my work as a librarian, and it has made research very easy with its research assistant tools that are all over. However, to the last person who has been asking, I feel answering also, or just as adding something on the explanation, that AI, I liken it to a calculator in the former days, where I had my father and he used to beat us for using calculators when they had just come. And he was insisting that calculators will spoil our thinking capacity. So he would force us to solve mathematical solutions using our heads. But when calculators came, with all those fears that calculators would spoil our thinking capacity, the thinking capacity of a student, I think it did not. It just eased their work of thinking. So AI is like a calculator. If you use it wrongly, it will give you wrong results and it will spoil you because you have used it wrongly. And what I know, if you don't know what mathematical solution to solve, a calculator cannot solve it for you. It is after you knowing it. So the human element can never be replaced. Now, I'm speaking as a student. The human element can never be replaced because AI operates on the human initiative. For example, if you're doing research, the way you prompt it is the way it will answer you. When it comes to the references, for example, I will take an example of ChatGPT. You give it a prompt and it gives you references, but if you scrutinize those references, in most cases, those references are fake. So it requires a researcher who knows how to verify the information AI gives you. AI just gives you a structure and guides you, gives you guides you on how to go about a task, but it cannot do the real task for you. The human element is ever important and it will always be involved. Now, on the side of the librarian, I'm looking at it as a future threat to a certain extent. Also, I need to be guided. I'm looking at a library before AI, where students will come in plenty and they fill the library, they ask for physical books, they interrogate the text, they read, and now they no longer enter the library because AI can answer questions, can answer courseworks very quickly and at a spot. I don't know, how do you see a library with this event of AI that is developing every now and then? Will human beings value the physical reading materials the way they used it to? Isn't it threatening a librarian out of employment? I'm submitting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Justin. Thank you for enlightening us further on AI and replacing the humans. Now, like we have said, AI cuts across different sectors and different fields. So as a librarian, AI, first of all, has not come to take your job. We talked about it earlier. It has come to enhance how you serve. And like you said, most researchers, you mentioned it, that most researchers may not know what they are researching about, but they AI guides or gives further insight on how best you can research. So I know even in the library business or in the library sector, there is a way we can integrate AI to make you indisposable. I think because AI has cut across different, and then there's also what they call personal. I talked about personalized learning. You thought people learn differently. Some people like listen maybe to audiobooks or audio papers. Others others go look for a paper on the internet and sit down and read it. Others go to the library and sit down and that's when they understand. So I don't think that then there are 100% of people are not going to adapt to this system. Others, it may not work for them. They're not comfortable with listening to an audio paper. There is that I understand better when I write down what I'm reading. I read it, I write it down, it enters my brain better. If that's the thing, actually, I do not know. But I don't think that librarians have come to be replaced by AI. They are tools that you as a librarian must, what I could advise is to enhance your knowledge in that department of library as a librarian. Enhance, find out how best can I serve the students as a librarian with the aid of AI. I hope I've been of a little bit of help to you, Justin.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much.
Okay. There's one.
I don't know if there is anybody else with maybe one last question. Want to recognize Colonel Emil Katabaz, who is also joining us this morning. Yes, somebody with the question, please.
There are some in the chat.
5 minutes. I can't see that. I've lost my narrative. The one that say the biggest one of the questions says the biggest fear is to do with AI being in hands of individuals who have invested huge amounts in billions. They have hired all best researchers from top universities. The top investors are okay, those companies, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all but Gates want uncontrolled sharing of information. You wonder what the world will be when AI is left in hands of businessmen whose only motivation is making money. And then another one says, what methods can detect and mitigate bias introduced by skewed or manipulated by AI abusers? Okay. So bias comes in the training data sets. Okay. Bias comes in, for example, let me begin like this. If I use Siri or Alexa with my African accent of English, there are words that I'll tell Siri that Siri will not understand. For example, because it has been made for the English, for the white, the American English kind of people. So that model, that series tends to be biased towards my English, and that's how I was born. That's how I speak English. I'm an African. So how can we mitigate those things? What we can do is we can make our own models based on our own English, based on our own way of doing life. So that's some of the work that's being done in the lab. Make my own model. If Siri can understand me, I can make my own model that can understand me. So still that one can be mitigated and still find use with that application or anything else in that line. So the other one said businessmen. Of course, Bill Gates is using business, so what you can do, you can also, I think what Hawari was leaving things in the hands of AI. It is not leaving things in the hands of AI. AI is built on humans. It's us who are in control, it's us who are in charge. Maybe what you can do, though, we can try to compete, also, you can also apply AI in your business so that not only is Elon Musk or whoever it is, or Bill Gates that is having a competitive advantage, you can do the same, apply AI in your own business so that you are at the same level with them with time. That's what I can share. Okay.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you so much for this powerful presentation. We want to thank people who have actively participated by asking questions. I recognize the Kano Emmy Katabazi. Maybe if you can just say hi. You're joining us this morning before Mr. Kulu, we are coming to the vote of thanks. Kano Emmy Katabazi, can you just say hi to members? Mr. Kulu, you can prepare for the vote of thanks. Let me invite Mr. Kurubia to give us a vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wabwire, for this opportunity. You have partly moved the vote of thanks. So you made my work very easy. I would love or like to thank our president this morning, Mr. Kalo, for the wonderful work you've done by trying to dissect what looks like a very complicated but broad subject. You have tried to dissect it and made it much simpler for all of us to understand. If for anything, I would appeal to all the participants to keep spreading the gospel. Like you've heard, IT is very wide, broad, and will stay with us. She's made very interesting comments when he talked about it being a tool we can even help us to personalize our learning. Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much, all the participants, for having found time to be part of this. And we encourage all of us to keep reading, keep listening, keep researching, so that we keep ourselves informed about the developments in not only AI, but IT as a broader component of our day-to-day living. Thank you so much once again. I wish all of you a very great Thursday. Thank you.
Mr. Kurubia, permit me to also request you to give us a closing prayer.
Thank you so much for yet another opportunity. Father in heaven, we want to thank you for all the participants that have managed to find time to listen to this important and very interesting presentation this morning. We thank you for Carlo, who has found time to put it together. And as we disperse, as we live to do the different things for the day, we pray that you bless us. We pray that you protect us. We pray that you give us time to learn, and learn more. We thank you so much, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kurubia, and thank you very much, Caroline. I want to inform members that this session has been recorded, and you can always get more from our YouTube channel. So in case you want to go through what we have studied today, you can always go to the YouTube channel of St. Mark's College in Amagoma. Even those who have missed this session, you can direct them to go to our YouTube channel. They will get our recording there. Until we meet again next month, we want to thank you and may God bless you.